In a classroom drowning in chaos, a new teacher walks in. Young, charming, underestimated. But when bullies push her too far, they unleash a storm they never expected. In just 1 minute, they're begging for mercy. Want to know how she flipped the script? Subscribe for more epic stories of power and payback. The first day of school at Westbridge High was always a circus. For Mia Harper, it felt more like stepping into a lion's den with nothing but a smile. At 25, she was the youngest teacher the school had ever hired, bright-eyed, professional, and walking straight into one of the toughest classrooms in the district. Room 204 was a battlefield, chipped desks, buzzing lights, graffiti-scarred walls, and 32 teenagers ready to size her up. She set her leather satchel down, smiled, and wrote on the board, "Miss Harper." For 10 whole seconds, the room was silent. Then came the whispers. "She looks like she just graduated," one kid muttered. "Bet she cries by lunch," another laughed. At the back sat Troy Baxter, the self-proclaimed king of the room. Broad shoulders, buzz cut, leather jacket, and a reputation for driving out teachers like it was a sport. Flanking him were his loyal crew, Jake, the prankster artist, Kayla, the razor-tongued cynic, and Marcus, the silent muscle. Together, they'd already chased off 2 substitutes last semester. Mia started her lesson on To Kill a Mockingbird, her voice warm and confident. She ignored the paper airplane that whizzed past her and the laughter that followed. Troy leaned back, smirking, already plotting. What Troy didn't know was that Mia wasn't just a rookie teacher. She'd grown up bouncing through foster homes, learning how to read people and survive power plays before she hit her teens. She'd faced bigger bullies than Troy and walked away stronger every time. Beneath her soft cardigans and kind eyes was steel. So when a crumpled paper ball grazed her shoulder, she didn't flinch. She unfolded it, revealing a sloppy note, "Nice skirt, teach, wanted detention." The class held its breath. Instead of scolding, Mia smiled. "Creative," she said. "But if you're going to throw shade, at least spell detention right." The room erupted in laughter. Troy's smirk faded. The rest of the period became a chess match. Jake dropped his textbook with a bang. Mia calmly picked it up and handed it back with a knowing look. Kayla asked a mocking question about Scout's gender. Mia turned it into a thoughtful lesson on stereotypes, leaving Kayla speechless. Marcus coughed loudly to disrupt her. She offered him water with a polite smile. By the bell, Troy was seething. She hadn't cracked. Worse, she'd made him look small without raising her voice. Day 2, Troy came prepared. His crew had set up a prank, a swapped water bottle rigged to spray everywhere, and a fake love letter dripping with sarcasm and glitter. As Mia walked in, the trap was ready. She reached for the bottle, splash. Water drenched her blouse. The class roared with laughter. But Mia just laughed too loud, genuine, unbothered. She grabbed paper towels, dried herself off, and said, "Let's talk about creativity." Because this prank? It took planning, teamwork, execution. Misguided, sure. But still potential. Then she picked up the glittery envelope and read the fake love letter aloud with amusement. "Your beauty lights up the room, Miss Harper." She smirked. Poetic. But the handwriting looks familiar. She held it up to Jake. His doodles gave him away instantly. Jake went red as the class turned on him. Troy, desperate not to lose face, stood up and sneered. "You're not tough. You're just a rookie. Sit down and teach your stupid book." The room went dead silent. Mia didn't back down. She walked right up to Troy, shorter, smaller, but standing taller than he ever had. "I know your type," she said, steady and calm. "You're not scary. You're predictable. And I'm not your substitute. I'm your teacher." Troy froze, fists clenched, but her eyes cut through him. She leaned in just enough to make him flinch. Then she turned away, dismissing him like he wasn't worth the fight. Page 47, she told the class. "Let's talk about courage." Troy sat down, humiliated. His crew fell silent. For the first time, the king of room 204 had been dethroned. When the bell rang, Mia told Troy, Jake, Kayla, and Marcus to stay behind. They braced for detention. Instead, she looked them in the eye and said, "You've got potential. But you're wasting it on pranks. You want to lead? Lead with something better. I'll be here all year. You decide how this goes." Word spread fast. By lunch, the whole school was buzzing about the new teacher who'd shut down Troy Baxter without raising her voice. Her legend grew. Over the next weeks, room 204 changed. Jake turned his doodles into class projects. Kayla started asking real questions. Marcus wrote an essay that stunned even himself. And Troy, he never admitted defeat, but he stopped challenging her. He'd found a teacher he couldn't break. Westbridge High wasn't perfect. Fights still happened, graffiti still spread. But Mia Harper's classroom became different, a place where kids who never cared started paying attention. Because Mia wasn't just a young teacher in over her head. She was tougher than they could imagine. Forged in fire. Calm, sharp, unshakable. The bullies had messed with the wrong teacher. And in 1 minute, she turned their game upside down, making them rethink everything they thought they knew about power.